This is SMCI, Super Microcomputer Incorporated. This chart's the topper of all the tech semis. This has got crushed. There was some news on this too, that there was some illegal accounting going on. Of course there is. There always is in these big companies. But let's look at the technicals. Going back on this before the pump, August 2023, this was about the 236 line, and then you have the 322 line. Back and forth, August, September, October, November, December, January, we finally go up 300. The pump is on. We get a 400. This keeps going. This was a great long, and all the way up to this high of 1,077.87 for a big drop to 700. Then it bounced again for the ultimate high right now, as it stands 1229 on March 8th, 2024. So that was the move. We came back to 900. We tried to bounce again to 1100, all the way down to 700. We bounced to 900. So we kept going back and forth, pretty much around 700 at 900 range. Now this candle did reach 1014. Came back to 800, and there's a high of 963. So eventually you have a trend line of the highest point. Excuse me. The lowest point here you have going down now this way. And this trend has been down. Look at this since March, April, May, June, July, August. You had this big drop in July from this candle here, 963. We go all the way down to 478. We tried to bounce. It was pretty much stuck along this line of 459. Then we dropped again. Then we found a low of 382 back on 9/6/2024. Now can you imagine this? You're being up near 1200, and this stock's all the way down. Imagine if you bought up here in this range, even like 700, 800, 1000, like you're crushed. You're crushed. You got to be careful what you buy. I mean, could Nvidia drop like this? Anything's possible. So, if you're longer term, you're hoping this goes back up. This is pretty ugly. So here's the move down. All right, let's look at where we're at now. So from the low, this did make a nice bounce, a nice swing trade, 400. We went to over 450. That's where it's at right now. And they have a nice streamline up. This is a very strong trend line. We could break above this, 460. We could get to 478. Into the gap would be 500 on this. So we'll see if that happens next week. Let's look at the 4 hour. 4 hours turning up, which is a good sign. And you're breaking out of this trend line too right now. So that's always good when it goes sideways. Usually it'll go up, but we'll see. All right, the weekly on this. So the weekly on this peaked on stochastics, 94.56 on 2/9/2024. Ever since then it's been down. Look at this, tried to bounce lower. Here, get a nice bounce lower. We're at a 785 now. It's completely oversold. Now you do have, if you look at this trend line, all the way down, all the way up. You have some sort of miracle happens with this, and gets great news or something. This could go back to 700, that trend line. You're at the low point of the trend line. You always want to buy at low points, wherever it's at. Like this is just a trend line here, and you see the top line, so it's always a good time. But doesn't mean this could go lower still. So that's the problem right here. And the monthly is showing that. So the monthly showing a peak on July 31st, 2023, it was at 93. Then we went to March 28th, 2024, 85. Your high's getting lower each time. Look at it now. It crossed over. This is completely downhill. It's like going down Mount Everest on skis or something. You're just going down. It's at 3060. It hasn't been this low since 2019, you could say, on a move down. Ever since then, it's been up above this 50 line. So this is going down. This is straight down. Could this go to 300, 200? It's possible. If the market really gets bad and this, gets even worse. And what you see here on the monthly, again, remember the 1320 EMA. Look how you're very close to it. All right, this move here, it's pretty far above. Then we're moving even further. On this candle, you were at 1229. This was at 440 at 13 EMA. So you're 3 times over the EMA where you're at. That is very overbought. See, you're staying close. When you're close within a certain range, that's good. When you get too far above or too far below, you know, that's when you have tops and bottoms. Now we're back into it. And you know, the funny thing is, this whole thing on the monthly is still bullish. Your 13's over your 20, even with this move right now. You're below it now, and this could go even further. So let's look at the quarterly, see what's going on here. All right, the quarterly was at 1229, and it was at 258. So that's almost 6 times above the 13 EMA. Now on the quarterly, let's see here, you have 91.74 on June 30th, 2021. So 91.74 stochastics. On 2023 June, you had 87. So it peaked almost like 2021 at this point, it looks like. See this? It's very slightly higher. You put your line here, divergence, you're getting lower. You're crossing down 60.95. Look where the 13 EMA is right now. It's at about 356. Now we're at 453. Very close within range now. And the quarterly is still saying bullish. Look at this. But you're still crossing way negative. You know, could this go 200-300? That's possible at this point. Possible. And the yearly doesn't have anything because it just has a 13 EMA at about 128. We're at 453. Well above the yearly. It's forming a stochastics line here. We don't have that negative, another line on stochastics. So you can see far above. Alright, so this just proves again, you know, anything can be pumped. So I've been doing this a long time, especially with charts, over 18 years. You had the cannabis stocks pumped, shipping stocks, anyone remembers that. Blockchain, crypto, when that was pumped, even on, before crypto exchanges, that was pumped. You had, what else is recent? Well, recently you have AI now, the AI pump. So there's been many different pumps. Then you had, I think, cannabis stocks again, they pumped twice. So there's always a pump in the market. This is basically a pump. There's no way this is worse, SMCI 1200. Momentum comes in, we go higher, and then everyone jumps in. This pushes the stock up, and then when everyone gets out, this goes down with other factors too. Let's look at the news on this too. I thought there was news not that far. Glass House, this was on September 18th, says Hindenburg short selling viewpoint on super microcomputers, Mr. Mark. I thought there was bad news on this though. Super microcomputer announces receipt of non-compliance letter from NASDAQ. That was on the 20th. Usually you get that when you're below $1. The non-compliance, it's interesting. Super microcomputer, a buy, move over, what else? Going back here. Yeah, someone wrote, I'm looking at, there's a chat from StockTwits, I'm looking at FinBiz. Someone paid analysts probably working on a downgrade, or at least Monday. Yeah, another thing, if you don't understand stock market, analysts are all paid. They come on CNBC, they're paying for their company, or if you know, work for like Citi or something, they want to get their views on what they think. Like the analysts, just say, for example, this, oh, we have a price target of 700. They're going to come on and state what they believe. Oh, well, the downturn wasn't that bad. It's oversold at this point. There's some good things going on with the company. So they're going to go on and pump the stock. And, you know, could it be true what they're saying or not? Who knows? But analysts are paid. They have a vested interest on, they want the stock to either go up or down. What is the other news here? I'm trying to see back of the news. I thought there was bad news on this. Super microcomputer, responsive short selling reports. Let me look back. This was back. Let me see this news right here. Super microcomputer plunged 37.6% August. Here's why. That was in August. A popular short-selling service posted negative review of the company on the same day. Super microcomputer announced that its full year 10K report would be delayed. Yeah, there was some funny business going on in their accounting department. I worked in a bank before. There's always funny numbers, so that's always interesting with companies when they delay that. Alright, so anyway, so you can see the move here. Now, if we do get a pump up, like I said, watch the 475, 500. This moves back down. Watch 400. Watch this trend line below 400, like 350 on Super Micro. Please subscribe to Mike Heyman Trades on YouTube.